What's up, KFG gang? It's your boy Big Boy John 25, and today I'm gonna do my WWE NXT review and highlights. You guys new. Hit that like button and let's get started. NXT was a good show, even though there was no crowd tonight. But NXT was a good show. All right, let's get started. Tonight's tape WWE NXT episode opens up from the NXT arena on the campus of Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, due to the CCP. Due to the CP, that's all I gotta say. Tom Phillips welcomes us. He joins by Byron Saxton. There is no mention of the regular announced team WWE Hall of Fame, the WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix and Nigel McGuinness, Mario Rolando, Tom, and Byron hype tonight's show. Austin Theory versus Tyra Breeze. This match was fantastic. This match was good. We go right to the ring, and out comes first Austin Theory. There is no crowd again this week due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Theory is carrying a cell phone and uses it to mock who his opponent used to be. Next comes Tyler Breeze. The bell rings and they lock up. Theory takes it to the ropes as the referee warns him. Theory backs off and talks trash to Breeze. They lock up again and breaks. Theory posts on the top rope like Breeze does, mocking him some more. They go at it and run the ropes with Breeze nailing a dropkick. Breeze poses on the top rope and talks trash, telling Theory that's how it's done. Breeze goes for a supermodel kick, but ends up mounting other offense as Theory charges. More back and forth now. Theory catches Breeze with a blockbuster in the middle of the ring. Take back control. Theory kicks Breeze in the back and keeps him down. Still talking trash. Theory with a snap suplex for a 2 count. Theory keeps Breeze grounded now. Breeze breaks free with a jawbreaker. Theory gets sent to the floor, but he runs right back up, rolling into a dropkick to Breeze, knocking Breeze right out to the floor. We go to commercial break with Theory standing tall. Back from the break, and Breeze rocks Theory into the corner. Breeze with a running forearm and another into the corner. Breeze charges again, but Theory misses. Theory catches Breeze and counters with a big sit-down powerbomb for a close 2 count in the middle of the ring. Theory works Breeze over at ringside now as the referee counts. Theory launches Breeze onto the barrier, knocking it loose. The referee warns Theory, and he returns to break the count. Breeze makes it back right before the 9 count, but Theory goes right to work. Breeze counters a power bomb and rolls Theory up for a 2 count. Breeze with a big knee strike to the face. Theory catches Breeze with a big buckle bomb. They tangle and Breeze catches Theory with a super kick for another close 2 count. More back and forth now. Theory mounts Breeze with right hands on the mat. Theory stomps away now as the referee warns him. We hear Theory keeps talking to himself and trash talking Breeze. Theory picks up his cell phone from the corner. He records a video for Breeze and then picks Breeze up while still recording. Theory goes for his finisher while still recording, but Breeze slides out and nails the beauty shot for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Tyler Breeze. This match was fantastic. After the match, Breeze recovers as his music hits. We go to replay and comes back to Breeze standing tall. Still to come, we will celebrate the longest reigning NXT champion in history. Back to commercial. Killian Dan versus T Miles. Alright, this match was decent. Back from the break, and out first comes Killian Dan. T Miles is out next. Miles talks about Miles' history in the military and football. The bell rings and Dan takes it to the corner before backing off. Killian Dan talks some trash. Miles uses his speed and says he's too fast for Dan. Dan traps Miles in the corner, but Miles turns it around for a shoulder thrust. More back and forth now. Killian Dan catches Miles in midair, but Miles slides out. Miles with a forearm from the apron for the apron. Dan with a big pump kick to knock Miles from the apron to the floor. Killian Dan follows and launches Miles into the steel ring steps. Then a burial. The referee counts, but Dan brings it back in. Dan beats Miles down in the corner and unloads with stomps as the referee counts. Dan with a big belly to back suplex for a close 2 count. Killian Dan works Miles over while grounding him by his neck now. Dan misses and runs into the ring post as Miles moves from the corner. Miles mounts more offense now. Miles with a big kick to the face and a dry kick, but Dan is still standing. Dan rocks Miles out of nowhere and drops him in the middle of the ring. Dan slams Miles and hits the big senton in the middle of the ring. Dan with a Vader bomb for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Killian Dan. After the match, Dan stands tall as we go to replay. Dan stands tall on the apron with his arms in the air. Still to come, Triple H will address the situation with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Back to commercial. Cameron Grimes versus Tony Nese. This match was pretty good. Back from the break and out comes Cameron Grimes. 205 Live superstar Tony Nese is out next as Greg Hamilton does the introductions. I haven't seen Tony Nese for a very long time, but he's back on NXT. But anyway, the bell rings and they go at it, going to the corner. They talk trash and break early. They lock up and go to the mat, trading holds. They tangle and Nese grounds Grimes by his arm. Cameron Grimes tries to get going again, but Tony Nese shuts him down and grinds him by his arm again. They break and Tony Nese charges, but Cameron Grimes drops him neck first over the top rope. Grimes covers for a 2 count. Grimes keeps Tony Nese grounded by his left arm, now pressing his face into the mat. Tony Nese fights up and out and looks to mouth offense, but Cameron Grimes chops him down for a close 2 count. Cameron Grimes shows more frustration now. Tony Nese avoids a powerbomb, but they tangle and Tony Nese comes back with a big kick to the face. More back and forth now. Tony Nese with a heel kick to the face. Tony Nese with more offensive in the corners. Cameron Grimes catches him, but Tony Nese slides out and drops him. Tony Nese goes out and springboards back at Cameron Grimes with a moonsault. Cameron Grimes kicks out just before the 3. Cameron Grimes with this Superman forearm after more back and forth. Responds with a super kick. Tony Nese exposes his knee and charges, but Cameron Grimes hits another big forearm. Cameron Grimes charges and hits the cave-in double stomp out of nowhere for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Cameron Grimes. After the match, Cameron Grimes stands tall as we go to replay. Cameron Grimes stands tall while Tony Nese recovers. Still to come, qualifying matches for the women's ladder match. Back to commercial. Ladder match qualifier. Io Shirai versus Aaliyah. I love this match. I love seeing Io Shirai back on NXT. Because, prime example, if Io Shirai goes to the main roster, she will get officially buried on the main roster. But I'm glad Io Shirai is back on NXT. But anyway, this match was good. Back from the break, Tom shows us how Xia Li broke the nose of Aaliyah 4 months ago on NXT TV. We go back to the ring and out comes first Aaliyah. This is another qualifying match for the women's ladder match to crown a new #1 contender to the NXT Women's Champion. Rhea Ripley for the title shot to take place after Rhea Ripley's match with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 36. Xia Li music hits, but she is not coming out. Aaliyah says time is ticking. Let's go. The cameras cut backstage. We see Xia Li laid out in a hallway, clutching her leg. Xia Li is crying while Aaliyah is all smiles in the ring. Hamilton receives word from the general manager William Regal. Xia Li is out, medically cleared to compete. but someone else is, according to Hamilton. The music hits of Shirai hits, and now she comes for her return. The bell rings as Shirai nails a drop kick. Shirai takes Aaliyah to the corner and works her over. Shirai with big knees in the corner. Aaliyah counters a move and slams Shirai by her hair. Aaliyah unloads with kicks in the corner now as the referee wants her. Shirai turns it back around and drops Aaliyah back over her knee in the middle of the ring. Shirai goes up top and hits the big moonsault for the pin to get the fairly easy win, earning the spot in the ladder match. The winner of the match is Shirai. I love Shirai's moonsault. It's way better than Charlotte Flair. And I know DJ Storms is watching this video. He's going to agree with me down below in the comment section. So shout outs to DJ Storms. Anyway, but let me continue. After the match, Shirai stands tall as her music hits. We go to replay. Shirai joins Chelsea Green, Mia Yim, and Tegan Knox as confirmed names in the 6-women ladder match. Shout out to TM 161. He's going to agree with me in the comment section too. But anyway, let me continue. Still to come, the North American champion Keith Lee will be here. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a quick teaser vintage for Dexter Lomas, the former Samuel Shaw. We go back to the ring, and out comes the North American champion Keith Lee for an interview with John Questo, who is already waiting in the ring. Keith Lee is asked about how Damien Priest recently attacking him during his title defense against Cameron Grimes, and how he's incorrectly thought it was Dominic Dijakovic. Lee says he may owe Dominic Dijakovic an apology. The music immediately hits, and out comes Dominic Dijakovic. He doesn't forgive a you-know-what about Keith Lee apology. Only the title, Dominic Dijakovic goes on and says the bottom line is Lee took food from his family's plate. The music interrupts, and out comes Damien Priest. Damien Priest taunts them both and says his eyes are on the title, not because it will give him satisfaction for his years of hard work, but because it will get him what he wants: more money, more women, more fame, more legacy. Damien Priest says everyone knows his name will live on forever, but he needs the title to do that. Keith Lee says Damien Priest wants to live forever, but who he attacked means he won't live forever. Keith Lee says Damien Priest and Dominic Dijakovic are fighting over the title, but the fact is the champion is standing right here. Damien Priest says maybe it's time Keith Lee isn't standing any longer. Damien Priest heads to the ring with his nightstick. Dominic Dijakovic pushed Keith Lee over so he can stomp away on Damien Priest. He tries to roll in the ring. Keith Lee gets involved in brawl with Damien Priest out on the ramp. Dijakovic goes to the top and leaps out, taking down Damien Priest and Keith Lee on the floor. Dijakovic stands tall over Keith Lee and Damien Priest as his music starts up. This feud between Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, and Damien Priest is far from over. I like this feud between those three. But anyway, let me continue. Still to come, NXT champion Adam Cole is here. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a pre-recorded message from the NXT champion Adam Cole, who is on vacation somewhere, possibly his backyard. Adam Cole says he's been thinking about the recent altercation with the Velveteen Dream, and he got frustrated, but then he wondered how someone like him could get frustrated. He brags about some of his accomplishments, including how he's now the longest reigning NXT champion in history. Adam Cole says Dream has not earned a title shot, but he knows his boys in the Undisputed Era will have a crack at the experience. Adam Cole proposes Velveteen Dream versus Bobby Fish and says when Dream loses, it will prove what Adam Cole has been saying all along. That Dream is a loser. Adam Cole says it's about to be Dream over, and that's undisputed. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Shane Thorne and Brandon Vick. We go back to the ring, and out comes what's his name? Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. First, Australian superstars Brandon Vick and Shane Thorne are out next. Vick starts off with Burch and surprises him with his strength. Vick smiles and taunts Burch. They go at it, and Vick drops Burch with a big shoulder. Vick and Thorne with the double team as Thorne tags in. More back and forth now. Lorcan tags in and they double team Shane Thorne now. Shane Thorne stops Lorcan from tagging by driving Burch off the tag. Shane Thorne leaps across the ring and tags in Vick. Lurch charges Vick, but Vick drives him into the mat with a huge Urange for a close 2 count. Lorcan ends up turning it around on Shane Thorne, running wild on him. Burch and Vick goes at it as they both tag in, Burch catches Vick with a big cutter in the middle of the ring. Burch with more offense. Burch with a drop kick but Vick is standing. Burch takes Vick down into the crossface. Shane Thorne charges to break it up, but Lorcan takes him down into a single leg crab. Vick and Lorcan tap out at the same time. The winners of the match on Lorcan and Danny Burch. After the match, Lorcan and Burch stands tall as the music hits. Still to come, the final women's ladder match qualifying for tonight's Back to Commercial. The ladder match qualifier: Candice LeRae versus Kaden Carter. This match was decent. Back for the break, and out first comes Candice LeRae for tonight's last qualifying match for the women's ladder match. This is to earn the 5th spot in the 6-woman match that will crown a new number 1 contender. Kaden Carter is out next. The bell rings and LeRae takes Carter down in the middle of the ring. They tangle and get back up. LeRae with an arm drag and shoulder for a quick pin attempt. LeRae with another arm drag to ground Carter on the mat. Carter fights free and mounts offense for a quick pin attempt. More back and forth with pin attempt between the two. We have cellmate now. Cellmate now. They go to lock up again, but Carter takes LeRae down for a 1 count. More back and forth counters on the mat. Carter with a big kick to the face for a 2 count. LeRae turns it around in the corner and hits a natural selection for a 2 count. Carter ends up turning it around and nailing a running boot to the face. LeRae still kicks out at 2. LeRae fights Carter off with punches and chops. LeRae takes Carter back down and goes for the Gargano no escape, but Carter kicks out. LeRae goes on and misses a moonsault as Carter moves. The Shining Wizard is blocked. LeRae goes right back to the Gargano no escape, and Carter taps out for the win. The winner of the match, Candice LeRae. After the match, Candice LeRae stands tall as her music hits. We go to replay. Candice LeRae joins Chelsea Green, Tegan Knox, Mia Yim, and Io Shirai as confirmed entrants for the women's ladder match. Alright, still to come. Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle. Back to commercial. Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. This main event match was fantastic. I love this match. Back from the break, and out comes one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, Matt Riddle. Roger Strong is out next for what Tom calls the main event match of the night. Back and forth to start the match. Riddle takes control and works Strong over in the corner. The referee backs Riddle off as Strong yells at them both. Riddle with a gut-wrench suplex. There's some more stalling before they lock up again. Strong ends up unloading with chops to the chest, knocking Riddle down. Riddle fights back with forearms. Strong tries for an Olympic slam for a second time, but is blocked. Strong counters again with a big insecurity. Strong goes on and hangs Riddle up over the top rope. Matt Riddle falls to the mat in pain while Strong shows off some. Back to commercial break. I'm sorry about that. But back to commercial break. Back from the break, we get more strikes between the two. Riddle unloads with strikes and nails a Pele kick to drop Strong in the corner. Riddle with a big forearm and a running right hand in the corner. Riddle with the exploder suplex. Riddle goes to punt kick, but Strong counters and applies the Boston Crab. Riddle gets free and drops Strong with a bro to sleep, and then goes right into a German suplex for another 2 count. Roderick Strong blocks the bro drag. Roger Strong with a big shot in the corner, and then the Olympic slam for a close 2 count. Roger Strong shows some frustration now. Roger Strong blocks 2 more shots, and nailing a jumping knee strike. Roger Strong runs in with a forearm, but Riddle catches him on the next charge and drops him with a bro drag for the pin to win out of nowhere. The winner of the match, Matt Riddle. After the match, Matt Riddle stands tall as his music hits. Suddenly, Indian superstars Shavar Jar and Rico Sai hits the ring and destroy Matt Riddle. Riddle fights back, but they beat him down again in the middle of the ring. The double team continues as the Sai and Jorjar stand tall over Matt Riddle. Manager Malcolm Bivens comes walking out with a mic taunting Riddle. Bivens says, with Riddle's partner Pete Dunne on the other side of the world, he thought now was the perfect time to introduce Matt Riddle to the future of the tag team division. That's it. Their names were never given, but Bivens, Sai and Jar stand tall over Matt Riddle to end segment. Still to come, Triple H is here. Back to commercial. We go to the ring and Triple H is out for tonight's show close segment. This segment was good. This segment was good with Triple H, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. I really enjoyed this segment. Triple H talks about what the feud between Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano means to NXT. He immediately interrupted by the music as Tommaso Ciampa makes his way out. Ciampa says he's been here for 5 years and everything that's been said has been said. Everything that's been done has been done. Ciampa says we both know Gargano is here, so let's finish this. Triple H says there will be no physicality tonight. Triple H brings Gargano out, and here he comes with a mic. Gargano says Triple H has lost his mind if he wants him to get in the ring with Ciampa. Gargano says Ciampa tried to kill him last time, and he didn't, and he doesn't know why he's being fined for the recent WWE Performance Center brawl. Gargano blames everything on Ciampa. Triple H says Gargano did super kick the referee, and if it was up to the general manager Willie Regal, they both would be fired. So he only here because Triple H saved his job. Triple H orders Gargano to enter the ring and warns Ciampa not to touch him. Gargano enters. Triple H says this has gone long enough between the two of him. He gets it. citing his history with WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels. Triple H goes on about their feud and how all this has to stop. He mentions how this should end on the biggest stage. Gargano interrupts again, and he and Ciampa argue with Triple H in between them. Ciampa says this needs to end. Triple H says after everything they've been through, they deserve this to be on the biggest stage they can be. Gargano says they didn't need that at all. They didn't need that at all. They need is a ring and a referee. Ciampa seems to agree. He says this is about one thing: who is in the face of this company, the heart and soul of NXT. Gargano says it's him. Gargano is going to make Ciampa realize the monster he is. Triple H says if they don't need a crowd or an arena, he will give them the opportunity. Gargano says he's not ready now. Triple H asks how long he needs. Gargano says 2 weeks, and then they can finish this once and for all. Triple H says he will find an empty building in 2 weeks. He's going to put a ring in there, give them a referee who will be there just to say it's over. Triple H says when it's over, it will be over. Done this time. Triple H promised if their feud continues after that, then neither of them will be the NXT, and they won't have to worry about being the heart and soul of NXT because NXT will carry without them. He says he will send them a message with a location in 2 weeks, and then they will go there. Ciampa and Gargano have more words while Triple H stands between them. A mystery teaser shows up on the big screen, catching Triple H, Ciampa, and Gargano off guard. It's Killer Cross in the flashing image, but that never made clear or actually said. The screen goes to black and NXT goes off the air. Anyway, NXT, this episode of NXT was a good show. I really enjoyed the show. I had lots of fun watching NXT. NXT really told a story, even though there was no crowd. There was no crowd tonight, but NXT was a good show. Shirai returns to NXT. I'm glad to see Shirai back on NXT because if you put, just like I stated earlier, if you put Shirai on the main roster, she will be officially buried. So Shirai is staying with NXT because she looked good in the ring with NXT. She moves very well in the ring, and she landed her moonsault very well in the ring. Her moonsault, Shirai's moonsault, is way better than Charlotte Flair. And I know TM and DJ Storms is going to agree with me down below in the comment section. But anyway, enough of that. If you guys enjoyed my WWE NXT review and highlights, please drop a like on this video. Comment down below what you guys think of NXT because NXT was a good show. Leave a like. My Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok will be down below in the description, so you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow on my AEW Dynamite review and highlights. Talk to you guys later, and I'm out of here.